up, everybody? This is Still Fucking Up episode number, what, 15?
15, dude. Still fucking.
Oh my God.
Yup.
I never thought we would see the day that we would hit number 15, dude.
Will we call this 15 and a half since we did that episode with our Canadian lads?
Well, that was before the 14th episode. So our 14th episode was technically episode 14 and a half, but that's also not on our...
It's not a thing.
It's not on our feed. But the election episode we did that was called what was it called? The Election Special Olympics?
Yeah.
Because, come on, guys.
Right.
Let's be realistic here. It was a shit show to say the least. And,
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of it was called on both sides. It was going to be a fucking shit show from every angle that you could possibly imagine it to be. But it's okay. Because... like John Mulaney said on SNL, it's just electing a new geriatric fucking old man, and nothing really is going to change. At least not that much. Because honestly, if you actually fucking think about it, really think hard about it.
Yeah, use your noggin.
When
whatever.
has it actually physically affected you who the fucking president was, other than just being like, my team lost, fuck you? I'm going to guess never.
Yeah.
Unless you're a politician. But even then, it doesn't really matter. Because you still have the House, which still has, there's still liberals, there's still Republicans. You have Supreme Court, still has liberals, Republicans. It doesn't matter. They're the ones that, when it trickles down, it actually matters what they say. Then, you also have your state representative. And the state you have a lot more control over. And you get elections... you know, every once in a while. We're supposed to have free elections whenever the fuck we want, which we don't. But the state you have more control over. Then your state basically decides which old man they want. And then maybe they get it, or maybe they don't. I personally think that the elections are decided before anything takes place.
Yep, thank you.
I honestly don't think that this so-called democratic process makes a fucking difference. I think it's whoever has the best backing from the best money. Banks, you know, people that want to perpetuate the military-industrial complex and not expose it. Just people that'll play ball. That's what they really want. Like I saw a friend of mine posted, could somebody tell me the difference between democracy and mob rules? Now, thinking about this, democracy is supposed to be supreme power to the people. That's what democracy is supposed to be. We're supposed to be able to use our voices through elected officials, through a free election, and we get to decide all of this stuff. That has been bastardized since the beginning. Okay, and then mob rules is the same thing, all that other stuff, but they use intimidation and threats to achieve their goal. Now, the government doesn't have to use intimidation or threats. They don't have to. They just impose their will as if they are the people. But they're not the people. We're the people. That's part of the thing. We the people. But we don't get a legitimate say-so. No. But that's enough about politics.
Over it at this point.
Yeah, I fucking had it up to my nuts in politics.
Really fucking over it at this point.
They're all shitheads. They're all corrupt. If you think it matters, maybe take a closer look. See if it actually fucking matters.
Yeah.
By the way, voter fraud happens at every single election.
Yeah.
So this time's no different.
This is random thing though. Like I was listening to Tinfoil Hat at work yesterday. And they were talking, Jamie Woodard, the guy who does like the computer, looks everything up for Sam Tripoli. He was like, I searched up how old the president was, and it said 35 or something, and it was Kamala Harris's birthday. I was like, what the fuck? Like, she's not even the president.
She can't even be the president.
Yeah, well, that's what it said.
Nancy Pelosi would take over when Joe Biden for sure dies in office.
Yeah, I just thought that shit was a trip. I thought that was pretty funny. I'm like,
yeah.
Fucking A.
If you've ever had a grandparent who slipped slowly into dementia and then faded until death, We're watching Joe Biden do that on television every day. That's why he literally didn't campaign. Yeah, there's got to be a death pool on this one. That's the new Deadpool movie, is going to be guessing when Joe Biden's old creepy ass dies.
Yeah.
Trump's going to die of a heart attack soon too. And you think I give a shit? No. He never did anything for me. Obama didn't do anything for me. Clinton, Bush, other Bush, Reagan, none of them. I've never felt it.
There was a straight up Trump rally here and shit, but like,
oh yeah.
Aside from that,
just fuck Biden banners, fucking boats. But we were on our way, to go see the Ellis Mania War Off the Shore, which is by the London Bridge, which we have here in Lake Havasu, Arizona. Mm-hmm. And we had the good fortune. This is why we went down there, by the way. So, Lewis, if you pay attention. We went down there looking to meet Louis J. Gomez.
And we fucking did. We
found him.
Yep.
We were looking at the houseboat like, oh, is that him? Is that Louis over there with the hat? And then we look over and Juan's like, there's Louis right there? And I was like, yeah, I thought it was just some dude that was like a Puerto Rican that looked like Louis. As he got closer, I was like, oh my fucking God, it is Louis.
Yep.
Met him. He was fucking cool as fuck, dude.
Fucking rad, dude. This is
cool
a rad
guy.
Situation.
Fucking handshakes, all that stuff. I was like, hey, I know it's gay. Can I get a picture? And he was like, yeah, doggy, fuck it. Just like I figured he would be. Smelled like cocoa butter. Dude, he looked fucking great.
Yeah, bro.
He looks buff. He was filled
solid,
out.
Bro.
He was a fucking straight up cool motherfucker. I'm so glad that I argue with douchebags on Twitter over Louis, because I got that motherfucker's back. He was one of my hugest inspirations as far as even getting into the idea of doing comedy and doing podcasts. From Legion of Skanks and Real Ass Podcast, Believe You Me, all of that stuff.
Yeah, it was so.
He was a big deal.
It was such a trip because we went from listening to him every fucking day, heading to jobs,
for real,
and like being at work, and then we got to see him in person and shit. It was so fucking cool, bro.
We were both fangirling the fuck out.
Yeah, dude,
for real.
It was so sick.
Louis, much love and respect. That made our fucking year, dude.
Yeah,
this year blew cocks.
Yep.
So fucking cool to meet you. And I suggest anybody else go see Louis, go listen to Legion of Skanks, Real Ass Podcast. If you already don't, which you fucking should, it's so fucking funny.
Gotta go follow them everywhere they're at.
And hopefully we're gonna see them down at the
Jeremy's Juke Joint.
Yeah, Jeremy's Juke Joint's a bar here in town that my old band used to play at.
That they're playing.
And they're actually playing there tonight. But I had quit the band a few months ago. Just differences between me and the guitarist. But I don't really give a shit. I just want to go see if we can fucking chat with Louis some more, meet Harrington, maybe even get some producing tips from Harrington. He's a fucking producer.
Yeah.
He might be a dumb shit, though. I don't know. But either way.
You must be doing a good job. I mean, fuck.
Fuck it. But let's get into what we came here to get into.
Yeah.
Now, we've talked a little bit about us being in jail. We've talked about, here and there we've gotten into the stories of us doing drugs, just little things popping up here and there. But today we're going to get a little more in depth about drug addiction, coming off of drugs, just the overall process of fighting out of an addiction that usually takes down somebody and does not let them back out.
Yeah, hopefully we can open other people's eyes out there, because a lot of people, I don't know, bro. I hear a lot of people talk about addiction and they're like, they do the basic shit and they're like, well, that's all on you.
Well,
you could do it.
What I think is
a lot harder than you fucking think.
Yeah, a lot of people misconstrue what actually happens when you become addicted, and also they misconstrue who becomes addicted.
Right.
Anybody becomes addicted.
Yeah.
I think maybe there's a predisposition problem there, but I know people whose parents, there was no history of addiction. So I don't know of the genetics of it, but I don't think it has to be that. I think it's just, if you're at a certain time of your life where certain things are happening, and then this thing you do makes you feel like, oh, everything's fucking okay now, everything's better, this feels fucking great. I think that could lead anybody down the road to basically being fucked off. And
Yeah, and this is something that I kind of I don't know, I learned to accept later on, which was recently when I was in rehab. Like, I started doing drugs realistically just to fit in. Like, really, like, it took me a lot to understand that, because I couldn't lie to myself. I grew up with fucking great parents.
Exactly.
I grew up my whole family, we always did family gatherings. I was always around everybody, bro. So it wasn't anything fucked up that was happening to me. I grew up fucking, I got everything I wanted whenever I wanted. And when I decided to do it, it was like, well, these people are doing it. And I kind of, this is just something that I've learned to cope. Like, I realized this shit.
I think that's got to be the majority of people that get into it, because yeah, if you have a bad life, you're more likely to be a career drug addict. You're gonna follow in their footsteps. But there also are those people that their parents are drug addicts and they see what it did to them, and they fight to get out of it before it even starts.
Yeah, I see that a lot.
But the same with me. I had a good childhood, but I experienced fucked up things. Mine was there's one category of drug addicts that's probably one of the biggest. And this is drug addicts that were created by Big Pharma.
Yeah.
That is where I fall into the category, because at the age of 19, I was hit by a truck. I had taken Vicodin and Percocet, just whatever. Occasionally, I took like one. I was like, ooh, fuck, I took a Vicodin.
Yeah.
But then I got prescribed Vicodin after getting hit by a truck. And then I started taking them for real every day, multiple times a day. And it was like, I don't think I want to survive without these fucking things.
Right.
And that's where it spiraled out of control, even just with that. They moved me to Percocet because the back problems were continuing and they were worsening. Then they just dropped me off of pain management, and then I was forced, in my mind, to go buy off of the streets. Then pills become too expensive. Heroin becomes the cheaper option.
Yeah.
You fall into it.
Dude, so many people I've talked to, like, because, you know, like, a lot of us fucked around, like I did in California. I fucked around with Oxycontins and
of course
all that stuff. And
yeah.
In California, yeah, remember I've told you I've done the things out there. But at that point in my life, I was just kind of testing the
dabbling
waters with everything.
Yeah.
So I had done all those fucked up shit that I've I've done. I tried heroin, whatever. I did meth and shit and coke and stuff, and I tried it, but it the pills was my main thing, dude. Mm-hmm. So by the time I got out here, I was going to school, 7th grade, 8th grade, I think. Because I did 4 fucking years of middle school, so that's bullshit. But
yeah.
8th grade, bro, was, I think it was around that year when I started really fucking going at it, bro.
Like smoking Oxy 80s and shit like that.
Just taking pills every fucking day as much as I could. Smoking weed, drinking.
Taking fucking handfuls of 25 10 milligram Norco Vicodins, the yellow ones with 1,000 milligrams of acetaminophen, which is probably the worst part of it all. And I would get a Cactus cooler, dump all 25 in my mouth, chew them up. Cactus cooler, just wash it down because it gets rid of the taste pretty much immediately. And then you're high for a couple hours, and then you got to do it all over again. And that became so fucking expensive. Then it was like the OC pills. That became the big thing because it was like, oh, you can fucking smoke these things. You could melt it down and you could bang it. You could snort it. You could do whatever, because you can't snort fucking Vicodin. You can just snort all that at the Tylenol. You're fucking stupid.
Yeah.
So that was the big thing, was that those drugs that you could tamper with and make the high better. Like smoking it was a completely different high. It was more like heroin. Snorting it would hit you more like coke or meth. There was like a speedy high to oxys when there was the smoking side that was just like you get slumped, you fucking just nod the fuck out. And I mean, I fucked around with meth when I was a teenager just for a couple months. And after like our first bender, me and my friend, we went like 2 weeks just staying up all night. And we like missed school the whole fucking time. But then we were driving around and Mitch was sick as fuck. Like he was so fucking ill, and I felt all right. And I was like, bro, we gotta just not do this shit. Like, this is bad. We're fucking 16, strung out on meth. Like, this is fucking crazy. We need to not do this anymore. And then we didn't fuck with it. But then once that shit happened later, and then once I got it happened to me up in New Hampshire, the truck accident, and then I came back down here, and I just maintained on pills for a few years until heroin was just basically set in my lap as a payment for something. And then I was just like, okay, well, I'm going to smoke this. Hated it, did more, loved it. Then it was, that's all I need to do. And you'll do almost anything to get it.
Oh, yeah. I've been to jail multiple times for that exact fucking reason.
Yeah. It changes who you are.
Yeah.
There's no doubt about that they don't give a fuck about anybody or anything besides getting high. They'll do what they need to do. They'll fuck their mom over, their dad, their grandma. They do not have any remorse because it's not them. They'll feel bad about it later. When you start to withdraw, you get immediately severely emotional.
See,
like the sickness comes on and you just start crying about all of the horrible shit that you've done because you've been literally just numbing it out. You're putting a blanket over it. You're putting a blanket over a fire and the fire's raging underneath, and then the blanket just burns up and then the fire's back. You're not doing shit.
That whole fucking like emotional part, like I feel like I'm so in touch with mine, but like now that's why I try to like just be as dull as possible because obviously you have to feel, and that's what I learned in rehab. You gotta fucking feel your feelings, and I do. But
absolutely,
I'd be high, and those feelings, like those fucked up feelings you would get when you're withdrawing, I'd be feeling them when I'm getting high because I'm in the bathroom staring at myself.
Oh yeah.
Put a needle in my arm and I'm just like, fuck, like this is what I'm doing. And I just had to beg my mom or fucking like I've done fucked up shit, threatening my mom and shit and just saying fucked up shit to them, and she would give me money when she wouldn't want to. Obviously, she knew what the fuck was happening, but
yeah,
I would go get high and I'd be high and I'd be like, cool, I'm gonna do another one, and I'd look at myself and be like,
I'm a piece of shit.
Holy shit! Like that's why I've had such self-loathing like towards myself for so fucking long. But
well, yeah, but then it's you gotta. I know it's obviously it's our faults for starting the drugs and doing the things that we did because we were conscious while doing it. But the drugs, they change something about you. They get rid of they get rid of empathy. It becomes all about narcissism, really, and it's all based around getting the drugs. So whatever you have to do, you can convince yourself of anything, and that's what drug addicts are the best at.
Oh, for sure, dude.
Is that like if you're trying to quit, like when I was taking Vicodin or something, I would be like, fuck, my back is Jesus. I can't even breathe. My back hurts so bad, and it didn't hurt.
No.
But I would convince myself that it was on fire.
Yeah, it was all mental.
Fucking terrible.
Right.
But it's all your brain.
Yeah.
Because when you take drugs, you're just blasting all this dopamine in there. Like meth especially that's all it is.
Oh, yeah.
And then heroin is just a big dump of just an amazing euphoria, but it's never been worth it in the end. It's always ended up being the worst fucking decision. Because every time... How many times do you think that you fucking were like, okay, I'm done doing heroin, but like every once in a while, I'm going to still fuck around because I know what I can do now. I know my limits now.
Too many fucking times
pretty
to
much,
count, really.
Pretty much every single time that you do heroin, that's what the fuck is going on.
Every time I've gone because I was a fucking tweaker, bro. I was a dope shooting fucking speed demon.
Yeah.
So like I would go to do heroin and I'd be like, I'm gonna do this, whatever. And I'd get high, feel great, and then the next day would come, and the next day would come. And I'm like, okay, well I'm just gonna do it tonight and just chill and smoke some shards and
calm down.
Yeah, just chill out.
Do a hot rail or two.
Do a shot. Like I'll be chill, and then it's like, yeah, no, it never fucking happens. Then I get too lit and I'm like, yeah, I'm going to go buy some fucking heroin again.
Yeah.
So.
And then there's always that you have every time that you get any amount of money, you already know what you're about to go get.
You get that feeling in your stomach and shit. Like,
yep. You start feeling like you're going to shit your pants.
Oh, my God.
There's never a question of what you're going to go do with this money.
Yeah.
If you run across $300, all of that is going towards drugs. You're not going to go, all right, well, I kind of want this video game. I kind of want I kind of need this camera because I'm doing stuff. I need to make a payment on my phone. No. All of that stuff will somehow get worked out, but the heroin thing, no one's going to buy that for me. I have to use whatever money that I get to make sure that I'm not sick.
Right. Top priority right there, always. It's always been a top priority.
And, like, for real, the growing up, having a good family thing, and then ending up a drug addict is so fucked off.
Yeah.
Just because your parents blame themselves. Automatically, they think, what did I do? Like, where did I mess up to cause them to want to do this to themselves?
Yeah, dude, I've had to tell the most heartbreaking shit to my mom. She would be crying. I remember I was leaving because I got that blood infection in my arm from fucking shooting up. And she's like, what did I do? Like, crying. And I'm like, it wasn't you. Like, I fucking chose to do this shit.
But
I wanted to do this.
No emotion, just mad, basically. That's all you could do is be angry at people.
Cry mad.
Yeah.
Just aggressively angry and crying.
You automatically get frustrated when people care about you because it's a shame-filled thing. It's not the easiest thing in the world to talk about, especially brand new in sobriety. It's never, at that point, it's never something that's on your mind that you want to divulge to people. I kind of always been more leaning towards I like to get it out in the open immediately. Like, I let everybody know that I'm quitting and that I'm trying to make myself better. That way I'm being held accountable from every fucking angle because you really need that. You cannot get through that without support. You can't maintain contact with anybody. Then you have what actually goes down with withdrawals from different things. Like we just heard when Joe Rogan was talking to, was it Tony Hinchcliffe or was it Dave Smith? Dave Smith. Yeah. Joe Rogan was talking to Dave Smith, and they mentioned Jordan Peterson being addicted to benzos. Now, benzos is a class of drugs that includes Xanax. It includes Ativan, Librium, clonazepam, which is Klonopin, and it also refers to Valium, which is a muscle relaxer. All those other ones are anti-anxiety medications for like panic disorder. So when you're taking Xanax or Valium, benzo, diazepam, pene, that is more dangerous than opiate withdrawals because you can have seizures from coming off of Xanax that you do not have from coming off of heroin. Yeah. Coming off of heroin, you want to fucking die. When you smoke heroin, you can't shit. Then when you get sick, all you can do is shit liquid. There's chills. Your body feels like it's not your body. It's all clammy and everything smells the same. It's disgusting.
I fucking hate it,
You can't eat. You get restless legs so bad that you cannot sleep. Everything hurts. And you're just shaking. You know, literally the only thing is to do more drugs. That's the only way to stop that.
Dude, it's the worst. That's the worst shit, too. Like, when you're with someone who doesn't do that shit, like...
They don't get it.
I'd be trying to fucking live this life, like, of a lie, which they fucking clearly knew what the fuck was going on. But I'm laying next to this person every night when I'm going through this shit, and I'm just like, don't move too much. And I fucking tweak my body a lot when I'm fucking withdrawing. Oh, yeah. And I'm just like, fuck, getting up every minute and, like, not sleeping. And then 5 a.m. comes around. I'm like, cool.
I can finally get up out of bed now. Now I don't have to pretend I'm asleep anymore. I'm an early riser.
But it's just like that fucking feeling, bro. Like, this person's lying still, and I'm over here like, fuck.
And you know there's nothing that's going to stop it.
No, unless you fucking...
Get money somehow.
Whoop.
Yeah, steal money.
Yeah.
And that's usually when that will take place. When you're at the fucking end of your rope, when you're sick as fuck and you know there's nothing that you can do, you'll go to those lengths to fuck over anybody that you can to get a little bit of money because you can justify it to yourself. Like, I mean, I need this money more than they do. They don't have a drug problem where they're going to die. Because you can convince yourself of that. I'm going to fucking die from this. Meth, there was never really that big of a come down. Like, it's just, you can sleep when you come off of meth.
Yeah.
But it just takes a couple days. Really, meth, you just have to let wear off. Cocaine, there's a little bit, but not even that much. That's more of a mental thing. It's like, your brain's just drained of all of the serotonin and dopamine, so there's no happiness. It's same with like Molly, ecstasy, any of that.
Yeah, with meth though, like for me when I was doing it, it's like, because I'd get so, bro, I'd stay up for weeks, bro, like weeks and weeks and weeks and just be fucking up. And like when it would come down to like, fuck, got one more bowl, I got better save it. Dude, my brain would be like shut down. That's what I always said. I felt like a retard. Like I felt dumb, you know, like because I was just, but my body's just like, yeah, come on, we can keep going, But I'm like, no, dude, like I have to sleep. Like I have to.
Sleep is so fucking important, especially now. Like, so I've been clean for over a year now, since I fucked up the last time, my last relapse. And I got onto Suboxone, and then now I get injections of Sublocade, which is basically like the injectable Suboxone. And literally you start to appreciate life with clarity, first of all. Like I can finally appreciate things. When I have money, it just sits in the bank. Like I was like, what do I could buy like extra shit. Like I buy vitamins. I buy CBD wax. I could buy like cartridges for my weed pen. Like I have my medical card that I paid for. I would have never done that before. That never would have fucking happened. I would never have gotten onto testosterone replacement therapy, because that's another thing. Drugs fucked my testosterone production up to the point where my testosterone was like 120. It should be at like 900 or some shit. Right now I'm at 400. Like I bumped up from barely any testosterone at all to where my doctor was like, I don't know how you're like getting up in the morning without testosterone. Most women have more testosterone than that. And I've been on testosterone replacement therapy for 41 weeks now. So that's almost a year of being on testosterone. And now I have a lot more energy. But then it's also just the clarity, and like I have a fucking routine. And like from the time that you're a baby until the day you die, routine is a very important thing to like make you feel comfortable. And it gives you, because like, you know, change can be scary, that type of situation. But it's like I have control over my routine. I have control over my immediate life. Like obviously there's variables of things that can happen at any time, but it's so weird because most people just grew up and they're just like, yeah, of course we'd have our routine. Like what the fuck? We did not have that, because basically it's like once you start taking drugs, the emotional development stops. So now it's like we're starting back at like teenaged level in our brains, like our emotional development. But it's become like a point of pride to like have clarity, which is a weird thing to try to tell sober people. Like, yeah, I have emotions that I experience now. I cried last week, so
I do that.
I saw a dog and its owner was like lost, or the dog got lost away from its owner for a while, and then they like got reunited and the dog was like really happy about it, so I cried. You don't cry for anything if you're on drugs besides yourself.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't have drugs. I cried because a dog was happy.
Right.
That's what I did. And that's for real, that happened. So it's like appreciating feeling new emotions, appreciating being a fucking man and manning up and doing shit as an adult and a parent.
This is my first fucking time that I've actually been a fucking adult. And I joke about that shit all the fucking time, but it's like, now I like pay my phone bill and I just bought myself a laptop and I'm doing,
and I feel
I'm
like
working every fucking day.
I feel like I was like an adopted dad and I helped you through all of it. Like that, we were in the Big Brother program and I brought you under my wing and I helped get you a job and get you on a path of doing the right shit. And that's what's great about getting clean after this shit, is you can now coach other people who are going through this shit who don't think there's a way out, because it's hard without seeing a person who's already walked the path that you walked. I could walk back down the path and grab somebody and be like, come on, motherfucker, let's get out here, bitch. There's pussy out here that needs stabbing. There's fucking there's cool shit that needs to be done. You could fucking save money and buy a car. You could have your own place. Like, when I'm alone in my home, I'll literally walk around sometimes and just be like, fuck yeah, dude, I fucking paid for this shit, dude. I fucking paid for this shit all by myself. And that's such a good fucking feeling that you would never get looking in the mirror with a fucking tinfoil piece in your hand and a pen in your mouth. And you're just like, I look like shit. And I had to steal money to buy a point of heroin that's going to last. It's not even going to make me feel better. It's not even enough. There's nothing that can make you happy like that. And like, my friend Brandon posted something on Twitter about, like, because he used to be an addict as well. And he said that his daughter, his 2-month-old daughter, like, does these goofy baby smiles at him. And he said it does something to him that he, like, I was like, that's the best shit. To be a fucking parent, especially after being a drug addict and just thinking, I'll just die young. I don't give a fuck, man. Fuck it. And then you have this person that kind of looks like you, that loves you implicitly and trusts you with all of its fucking heart, and it doesn't even know why. And then to have that fucking connection you would have never gotten if you would have stayed on drugs. I mean, tweakers have kids, but their kids get lost.
It's like with Zane and Roxy, dude. Like, I remember my mom when I was away doing all my fucked up shit. She's like, they know their dad. So every time I'd come over, they'd be like, Dad.
Yeah,
I'm like, cool.
fucked.
I haven't fucking seen you in forever. But like now it's like with Spencer, like I was there, bro. I got to be there and see him be born, and and it was crazy because before I got out of jail, I was reading that Russell Brand book, The 12 Steps, that he wrote.
Yeah, and
he was writing about how he got to see his son come into the world.
Yeah, he did it on his stand-up special too.
Yeah, he talked about it, and then I got to see it, and that right there, like, that opened my eyes. And then that's when I went to rehab, dude. And I went to the rehab for 90 days, and that's when my brain started working. Like, holy fuck, like, there's something. I'm actually, like, people always tell me this shit. You're fucking not dead, surprisingly. Yeah, because there's something you have to fucking do here, and this is your moment right here. And
just
like,
to put that fucking kid through a happy life.
It's like what you said, though, like Big Brother program. Like, I have you and my sponsor, bro, and my sponsor helped me work through my 12 steps and shit, and he's been kind of busting my ass. He's like, dude, have you sponsored anyone yet? I'm like, no, I can't really right now, bro. But he's like, you can. You just got to go do it.
Yeah.
And I feel like, I haven't figured myself out yet completely, like what I'm doing with my life. But I feel like if I get a sponsee or something, that it would help me.
Absolutely.
While I help him.
I've always said, I think it helps you learn things by training other people.
Yeah.
Like if you learn how to play, let's say you learn how to play the guitar and you're kind of just learning, but your friend wants to learn. Then you try to show your friend, you hone your skills just to show them. So it's like, I figured out how to get through the hardest part of addiction. Then I could help somebody else walk their way through because I've already been there. And then it strengthens my resolve, because then it's like, look at that. See, that guy was a piece of shit, and I got to watch him be a piece of shit. Yeah. And now look at him. He's doing fucking cool stuff now. He's helping other fucking people.
Shit. Tuesday, I think it's the 17th. I should be getting my fucking 1-year chip. I mean, like, because I did the whole...
I need to get a new one.
Did the whole program thing, so like I got to get my chips and shit. And I know you did too, but like...
Yeah, I went through and got my certificate. I got a chip from NA. I got the 12-step certificate. And those were cool things. Like, it was cool. My parents were really proud. Like, I know it wasn't I didn't graduate from MIT.
It's like, I got this little plastic thing.
I got a 12-step. My year chip from NA is a solid piece of metal.
Yeah, that's what I should be getting my fucking 1-year chip here soon, but I just got to go get it.
I don't know exactly what it's made out of, but it's fucking solid.
Yeah, like, I don't know, dude. Before I went to rehab, bro, I was so fucking, like, I guess not against it, but like I was just like, this shit's bullshit. Like, who are these people to tell me this is what you have to do to get better? It's like
people that have been through it.
Right. Clearly I knew, You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like as I was going through it, like these people, bro, I'd be going through my shitty moods because I was going through everything.
Yeah.
And these people were like, "It's all right, dude. Go be angry. We're gonna go to a meeting later. Yeah. Fucking just chill. Yeah. Listen to people."
See, it's people. Okay, cool. It's people that understand better than anybody that you're gonna talk to that's never gone through it.
Dude, I got to meet some of the coolest motherfuckers there. Like I still have 2 really good fucking friends that I talk to.
Yeah.
Pretty much just about every day. Like I lost one. Fucking rest in peace to that dude. You know. That shit was bullshit, and it was kind of that right there was a shock because, like, he was doing good, bro, and it just came out of nowhere.
That's all it takes.
Dude, I was like, I got a call from the dude who saw him when it happened, and he called me as everything was going down. He's like, "Bro, I got to talk to you." I'm like, "What the fuck's up? What's going on?" Because I hadn't been talking to anyone. Everyone's in Prescott, so I'm like, "What the fuck's up, bro?" And they told me, yeah, he overdosed off fentanyl.
Fentanyl, of course.
And I was like, "What the fuck, dude?" And then another really good friend of mine, too. He almost died, bro. He went brain dead, bro. Like, for fucking... He was in a coma for a week, bro, and he woke up and he saw his mom and shit. Didn't even know who the fuck she was. Yeah. And now he's doing better and shit, but I'm like, dude.
But yeah, that's what the fuck happens. Yeah. Like, that's the shitty part is that it's hard to see a road out when you're involved in that world. Really, because it's the world that fucking keeps you there and keeps you... Those guys want you to fucking fail. Your drug dealer, he doesn't want to lose you. Yeah, no, he needs every fucking sale. You have to fucking... It's not the drug dealer's fault. Like this whole murdered heroin dealers, whatever, that's not the point. The point isn't to murder heroin dealers. The point is to get them out of that life because... Some of them don't have a way out. Some of them were bred into that fucking family, especially if it's like through a cartel or some shit. There was no way that they had any chance to do anything legitimate or have a good life. They would have got fucking killed. If you step into that fucking world, you don't step out. You get shot and then you're out. That's it. That's the only way fucking out.
That shit was crazy though with my friend when he passed away. His mom was... She was just waiting for that to happen. She was not shocked. She was like, yeah.
Yeah.
She was sad, clearly, but she's like, I've been waiting for this for years now.
My family, when I OD'd in 2013, and then I survived it. My cousin paid for my ticket to fly me to New Hampshire to be with my ex and my daughter. They just were letting me stay there because it was far away from Arizona. So I had support. You know, they helped save my life. So I went out there, and then after a couple weeks, once I got better, I talked to my cousin, and he was like, "Yeah, dude, I cried because I thought I was never going to see you again." He figured when I got on that plane, that was going to be it, that I was so fucked off that I was just going to die by the time I got to New Hampshire. And I almost did. I took 58 milligrams of Xanax at once. I smoked 7 grams of heroin in a day. Then I got on a plane, and I woke up on the jetway. I changed planes in Detroit. I called my ex, and I was like, "I'm smoking a cigarette in the fucking Detroit bathroom." And somehow I made it to my plane. I switched planes, made it to fucking New Hampshire, fell in the jetway, bashed my fucking head, woke up to a circle of fucking security and flight attendants, the pilots. Then a cop came up, escorted me out. He's like, "What the fuck's wrong?" And I was like, "Oh, I have anxiety." And I had fucking Xanax bars in my underwear fucking line and a pill bottle in my carry-on. Like, it's just such a dark, shitty... There's like nobody that's like happy and upbeat in the world of heroin. It's just a bunch of people that are looking to fuck this guy over and... "Oh, I'm going to make fucking money because I'm going to be able to buy more fucking dope. And I got this connect, you got that connect." It's just a bunch of time on your phone looking for people to fucking ruin your life more. Just people to help you fucking kill yourself. It's something that I'm glad every single day when I look at my son, when I like video chat with my daughter, I can finally feel the happiness that a lot of other people got to feel. And it's like we were cheating ourselves out of that for a decade. And I know so many people that still are. Some of the people that I considered really good friends are still drug addicts. They were friends before being drug addicts. Then they went into that, and then they disappear. They fall off the face of the fucking earth, and I don't get to see them anymore. And that makes me sad. They die. They go to prison. And then it just makes you kind of think about, like, mortality. Like, I'll think about it.
Oh, yeah.
Because I try to convince myself that I can understand and comprehend death. But I know that I can't, right? It's too big of a concept because you're like, well, what's it going to be like? It's not going to be like anything. You go to sleep, and then that's it. You stop existing. The idea of, like, not wanting to die is just being selfish. Like, I need to experience,
Dude, that shit's
or
anxiety. Like,
I need to
inducing.
be. Oh, it makes me. It terrifies me.
Yeah, for sure.
I used to. Back when I was doing drugs, I wanted to die.
Yeah, me too.
I would have gladly accepted an overdose.
Death wish, bro. And I
Yeah.
kinda
But
aiming
now,
for it.
being sober, now when we get old and we're put on hospice, they just give us really good drugs. We get Haldol, we get fucking Oxys, we get fentanyl.
Yeah.
You just get drugged the fuck up when you're on hospice because they're trying to make your death comfortable. And that's what we were doing. We were trying to make our deaths comfortable because we were done. But now there's just the reinstallation of hope is so fucking weird, and discovering podcasting and discovering comedy, and it
dude, like,
being something that just made me
today,
so happy.
Like meeting Lewis and shit.
Absolutely.
Dude, if I was fucked up, honestly,
We would have never been there.
I would have been like, yeah, I'm good. Like,
We would have never gone
I
down
don't
there.
fucking see that. Like,
We
be
went
around
down
those
there
people.
and met a dude that I've been watching religiously for years now. Like, I've been listening to Legion of Skanks since basically the beginning. I've been listening to Real Ass Podcast for hundreds of episodes. I watched Louis J. Gomez presents Louis J. Gomez special a long time ago, but I rewatched it again a few months ago when it got put out on YouTube, and he's great. He's fucking hilarious. I love just listening to this guy talk. He's so fucking funny, and
dude, he was so chill. It was so sick.
Such a fuck. I'm like,
It was
still.
so funny 'cause we were like, fucking.
Oh my god, that was fucking Louis J. Gomez.
And then everyone's just like, oh,
Yeah, nobody else fucking knew who he was.
oh cool. What the
It was
fuck's
all
that?
about Jason Ellis, I think, but
Honestly, I think it was just like, oh look, there's an event happening. Let's all be there.
yeah,
That's
probably.
what I think it was. There was just these people that were like, yeah, cool.
But no, we went down there specifically for Louis, and that's the shit right there. He thanked us for supporting him. He's got 60,000 followers on Instagram. He gets, tens of thousands of views on his podcast. He is renting a big ass house.
Yeah.
He supports his son through this. He's literally living the dream that I want to live and that I've always wanted to live. And to meet someone who inspired me that much, it meant a lot for him to even stop and fucking speak to us and be so fucking cool. And it just made it that much better that he was actually what I was hoping he would be like.
Yeah.
He was just like, fuck yeah, dog, let's take a picture. He had his mask up, and I was like, they're not going to know who you are. And he's like, fuck it. And he took his mask off, took the glasses off. It was like, boom, that's the motherfucker right there. So yeah, it was
It's fucking crazy.
just excited.
You get. It's crazy. Once you're sober, you learn to appreciate so much, bro. Like me, and I'm sure you too. Just like you said, just waking up in the fucking morning and being like,
I don't feel like shit. Weird.
Oh fuck. Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
yeah.
I'm gonna get ready. And I'm
Yeah.
like, what the fuck, dude?
Yeah.
Like, I honestly didn't. Clearly, I wanted a way out, but I never saw it coming. Like,
No.
I always told everyone, like, I don't think I'm gonna make it past 25, and I'm 26 now.
Fuck. I said the same shit. I thought I was gonna die by 30. I told everybody that. I told my mom that, and she was like, "Yeah, it doesn't sound too wrong. Actually, you're not probably too far off. 33, bitch. What's up? I fucking made that shit.
Oh, I made it a year, bro. So we'll see.
Yeah.
Just kidding.
But no, I made it. Fuck. Last time I was clean for like 2 years,
Right.
and then I fucked up again, and then.
I don't think I've had any real. The only time I've ever had real clean time was, well, not even real clean time, because I was in jail and that shit was in there too, so I didn't give a fuck.
Yeah.
I'd
It
be in
never
jail.
it was never really in there when I was in jail. I was always clean in jail, and then I'd get out and then pretty much immediately fuck up because that's what you know.
Dude, it's like people know you're in there, and the second you come out, they're like, "Hey, you're out?
Here's drugs.
Yeah, what are you doing tonight? You want to like hang
That's
out
like
or something?"
That's like my friend
sure,
got out
dude.
of prison and then he's staying at this dude's house.
Yeah.
And then that guy, the guy who was living with, was like on vacation somewhere, and then people were just coming there and just smoking heroin with him just because he's there. Like, oh, he's not here? Oh, well, you're here, so I know you're on probation, but let's fucking smoke heroin, dude. That's cool.
That situation is just a setup for fucking failure, bro.
For sure.
Anything that involves another fucking addict that is you that isn't doing good.
Yeah.
What
I
the
did
fuck are you
everything.
doing,
I did everything I could. I gave him a place to live. I gave him, I literally do everything I can for an addict that I know that I can help until I see signs that they're obviously not fucking trying.
Right.
And it's not like I'd ever give up, but it's hard to keep hope knowing that some people just won't stop until they die. He already went to prison. That's usually the end.
There's this kid that I was in rehab with. He's like 19, and as soon as I got there, I was trying to be like a little, like a, because I was older than him.
Role model.
Yeah, and I was like, dude, look, like, I'm here too, but I feel like I'm getting everything that I'm learning here, so you should do it too. But this fucking kid ends up fucking up, right? He ends up fucking up again. He ends up leaving, whatever, blah, blah, blah. And then I'm out here working, and he hits me up. Hey, bro, how are you doing? Blah, blah. I'm like, nothing, man. Just been working, fucking doing this shit. And immediately, and I probably shouldn't have fucking done it, but he immediately asked me, dude, do you think I get like $30 for a fucking hotel? I'm like, are you getting a hotel? I just straight up told him, are you getting a hotel, or are you just going to get more blues? Because I'd rather you tell me the truth.
Yeah. I
was like, just tell me you're going to get high, and I will send you. I probably shouldn't have done it. He didn't die. He's still good. Still fucked off, but he's like, no, I'm going to try to get a hotel room, bro. I'm like, so you're telling me you're going to get high, right? He's like, maybe. I'm like, whatever, dude. I'm like, I'm going to
just fucking come out with it.
That's all I wanted. And like, obviously, I didn't want to fucking do that, bro. I didn't, but like,
yeah, I would have never done it.
I was just like, dude, I'm going to give you this fucking money because I get it, dog. I knew how that fucking shit was.
But if it wasn't you, it would have been somebody else.
Yeah. But
you would have got the money either way.
And I told him, I was like, dude, I'm going to give you this fucking cash. But don't fucking hit me up for money ever again or anything at this point.
Yeah, because that's fucking dog shit.
I was like, this is the one time I'm going to help you,
just
bro.
Straight up try to lie to your fucking face like you're not going to know. Like, oh, I've never asked somebody for money under the false guise of, yeah, I need a place to stay, or I need food.
Yeah,
I'm starving.
Done that so many times.
Yeah.
Sorry, people.
That's the trick. That's the trick. I mean, if somebody is getting dark circles, they're not fucking sleeping right, they're fucking blinking real slow, that type of shit, or their eyes, like if you could see the white above the iris of their eye, they're probably smoking meth. Oh, just so you know. If they're blinking slow, they're probably on heroin or Xanax. They need fucking help.
Yeah.
They're not going to get through this themselves.
No.
You don't, but getting mad will not do it. Getting mad will push them into the drugs way harder. They need support. They don't need money, but they need support and they need help. They need a clinical detox, medical detox, and they need to get on some kind of medication to help wean them off of the drugs.
Right.
And that will work. That's what happened with me, and I'm fine. I'm way fucking happier.
Yeah, I needed to go to jail. I needed to.
Absolutely. The first time I went to jail was like the wake up call.
This last time,
and I still fucked up too
really
much.
Really needed it, bro. Like
I
was pretty much just as shitty as I was before I'd come back to Havasu. I was just as shitty, bro. But except I was like, well, I'm working though, so it's all good. It's my money, so whatever.
Yeah.
But
I'm a functioning addict now. I know what it means.
That's such horseshit.
Yeah. Nobody's a functioning addict.
You're not a functioning addict. You're just high all the time.
You're just a high worker who's gonna fuck up eventually, and shit's gonna go south, and it's not cool, man.
Dude, see, like, just through all this shit, bro. Like, I lost like all my cousins and shit. They don't talk to me, bro. They don't. Yeah. Basically, I feel like the way I feel about it is like, oh shit, he's doing okay now.
Yeah, wait.
I feel like everyone, they love me. Like my brother, me and him just fucking, we talked again, and he was like, I got your back, bro, but you have to prove to me that you're not fucking around.
Yeah,
but like my cousins, I feel like, they love me and I know that, but I feel like they're just like waiting. They're waiting.
Yeah.
And I get that. I got to prove myself, but I feel like they're just
It'll take
waiting
a
for
while.
the worst.
But yeah, it'll take a while, but it'll happen because I finally earned my parents' trust back to where I got a key to their house.
Yeah.
Like I could ask them for money now, and they know that it's not going to go towards anything bad. But I mean, it's a shitty situation to be in. If you know anybody that's in the situation, try to do everything you can to help them. Honestly, because it is a problem. They don't need to go to jail. They need fucking help. Because I mean, it doesn't take hitting rock bottom. It does not usually take that. It takes a fucking clear path out. It needs to be a visible path to get the fuck out of it. And once you get them on that path, you just have to keep hoping and don't keep accusing and making it seem like you're fucking worried about them all the time. You can worry, but just put on a good face, because that's going to just bring them down and make them think that nobody fucking believes that I'm doing well. Why should I even fucking continue this?
Dude, have you seen fucking Beautiful Boy with Steve Carell?
Oh, no, I wanted to. Where his son's a drug addict?
Dude, I watched that shit, and like everything, all the points they were hitting, I was just like, oh, fuck.
Yeah.
I was like, that's...
I thought it was going to be a rough movie.
It was, dude.
I don't know.
I had a... Fucking Shasta watched it and she cried, bro, because she was going through it with me, dude.
Yeah.
And I told my mom, yeah, you should watch it, not thinking about how fucked up it would be to watch that shit. And my sister looked it up, watched it, cried, and was like, yeah, don't watch that because it's not good.
I'm sure my mom hasn't seen it because she probably would have brought it up.
It's fucking, dude, that shit was heartbreaking, bro. To see it, because that dude's a real person. The guy who from that movie, like the Timothy Chalamet was portraying, he was a fucking real person, and now he's doing great. He's got books. I think he wrote the books Crank, actually, or some shit like that. There's these books called something like that, and it's his meth stories.
Meth stories are pretty fucking crazy.
Yeah,
that's
meth
true.
Psychosis is fucking insane, and I've gone through that shit a lot, bro. But
yeah, so have I. But you know, we're out of it now.
Yeah,
and nothing could be fucking better. We're doing something that we love.
Yeah.
Something kind of creative. We're trying to do something.
Yeah, I've never been
hopefully
creative, so
trying to inspire. Even if I inspire one person, which I found out, I got a message from my friend Mason, and he's from our fellow podcast friends from The Philosopher and the Comedian, with Mason and Adam. Mason said that I kind of helped coach him into actually getting into doing his stand-up and stuff like that. And that's awesome. Like, that's literally the best thing that I could hope for, is to inspire even one person to go out and try to do something, especially comedy, because that's something that I love so much. So to have somebody tell me that I even gave them a little bit of confidence or a little bit of belief in themselves.
The fire and shit.
Yeah, to get out there and do that. Like, I have a friend, Jeff, who helps me. My friend Lucky he's been pretty supportive about it. He just
had a show at Blackbridge last night in Kingman, so that's pretty cool. Hope it went well, dude.
Fuck yeah, he's a funny motherfucker. Jeff, super fucking funny. Jeff Singer, you can look him up. Jeff Singer Comedy on Instagram. He's hilarious. But yeah, he gives me critiques on little bits that I've started writing. I want to start doing like sketches to put on the YouTube channel to just kind of bring more views in and like just create more actual content that isn't just the podcast. Because then it's like, yeah, you can hear us talking for an hour, but you can kind of see what we think is funny more than just us explaining a story or telling you about us. It's
dude, this has actually helped me like become more of a talkative person.
Yeah,
because like I remember when we first started, I was like, fuck.
Yeah, I had to carry it 99% of the way,
and now it's like I'm getting so. It's just me right there that freaks me out.
Yeah,
I'm like, what am I doing? I'm watching myself, but it's like this has helped me a lot, bro. It's helped me because I have my mind on something else. I'm like, cool. What are we gonna do this week for that? Or now that I did that, I'm
give you something to think about.
Putting something out there for people, just trying to.
Oh, we had a fucking. Mason said the same thing too. That's why one of the reasons why he wanted to start a podcast was to get used to speaking to people by talking on camera, or even just holding a fucking microphone or having a microphone there is getting you more used to doing that type of shit. But I had a good would you rather
Oh, fuck.
the other day. So I think the second one's probably better because it's way more aggressive. But it was, would you rather... Fuck, I don't remember the second part. It was, would you rather snort a line or do a hot rail of Charlie Sheen's dehydrated cum, like he lets it dry into crusties, you chop it up, you heat up a glass tube, put it in your nose, and you snort and you blow out smoke. And that's Charlie Sheen's load. What was the other one? Oh, drink a shot glass of Lizzo's asshole sweat. Like you collect it off of her gooch. Just work out for like an hour, collect the sweat off of Lizzo's ass crack and her gooch, or do a hot rail of Charlie Sheen's fucking nut butter through a hot rail.
Nut butter. I already know what I'm doing.
Because I think that the heated up glass pipe would kill the HIV because he's got AIDS.
I forgot about that. Fuck.
Yeah, that was the most dangerous part. Because my first one was, would you rather do Magic Johnson's cum? But he doesn't have AIDS anymore. So Charlie Sheen's cum, dehydrated, do a hot rail, heating up the glass pipe, or Lizzo's ass sweat, shot glass, swish it in your mouth, and then swallow it.
I'm fucking snorting Charlie Sheen's cum. It's Charlie fucking Sheen, bro. I don't give a fuck.
You're gonna hot rail the tiger blood?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah, for sure. I don't give a fuck.
I don't know if I'd be able to handle drinking sweat.
That's disgusting.
It's so gross to drink just sweat. But off of a fucking, I mean, she's not the thinnest person in the world. Let's just be fucking honest here.
Very talented.
Very talented. I love her fucking music.
Yeah.
She's hilarious. I love the whole thing. She's a confident woman. But I wouldn't want to drink her ass sweat. So that's what this is about.
Right.
It's her ass sweat. So yeah, I think the Charlie Sheen hot rail might be easier to do.
Oh wait, let's just make it more disgusting. Instead of hot railing it, you got to put it in your vape, dude.
Oh, vape his actual cum.
Yeah.
Oh god.
So let's do that.
Okay, so vaping his cum?
Yeah,
not even dried cum, just straight
vape
up legit cum bubbling in your vape. That's fucking crazy disgusting.
Yeah.
So vape Charlie Sheen's cum, drink a shot glass of Lizzo's ass sweat. This is going to be on IGTV, you motherfuckers. So we want your answers. Vape Charlie Sheen's cum, drink a shot glass of Lizzo's ass sweat. Right off the taint. And I think we may be able to talk to him, and we'll pick one of you special people to do one of those things.
Yeah.
I'm sure it won't be hard to get a load from Sheen.
It'll be a Make-A-Wish thing or something.
Yeah. We'll ask you a question, and if you answer the question right, you pick which one you want. We'll send you the fluid, and then you make a video of you either vaping his cum or taking the shot glass of Lizzo's ass sweat.
Gross.
Next time on Still Bugging Up Podcast.
And on YouTube, don't forget
to
like and subscribe, comment, whatever.
Share this shit. Just, you know what? Fucking do it.
Yeah.
Also, I should have a new podcast coming out. I have the comedy podcast. I'm still working on getting more guests. But I'm going to have another podcast called Felony News Network that should be coming out sometime next week, maybe. It's going to be a little more politically geared. Talk about socioeconomic issues. He's an anarchist. I'm a libertarian. We're going to kind of see what the fuck comes out. We might have Juan come on there and talk about some dumb shit.
Yeah.
We don't know exactly what we're going to do yet. It's a pretty fresh idea. But definitely hit like, hit subscribe, fucking watch all of our shit, listen to it, tell a friend.
Yeah.
And then tell your
friends.
fucking friend to tell a friend. And then they'll watch the video and they'll be reminded to do so.
Tell them.
Fucking tell somebody, dude.
God damn it.
We're stuck here.
Yeah. Can't
But
move.
anyway, thanks for watching the 15th episode of Still Fucking Up Podcast. We'll see you next time, guys.
Still fucking up.
check that shit out on YouTube. I think it's going to be coming out tomorrow night. So make sure you like and subscribe. That fucks up, everybody. This is Aaron and Juan. We just got finished recording episode number 15 of the Still Fucking Up podcast. So make sure you check that shit out on YouTube. I think it's going to be coming out tomorrow night. So make sure you like and subscribe. That fucks up, everybody. This is Aaron and Juan. We just got finished recording.
You guys done?
Yeah.
Super bad. You're being anything. Watch him. Eric or Ollie.
He's right there. You can see him.
I thought he walked.
Oh, this is still recording.
Still fucking up.